Hi everyone, welcome back to CMD and another video. You join me on the way home from the Petrol Scotland North Coast 500 tour. For those of you who have never heard of Petrol tours before, they run car-based tours around the world, really, everywhere from Scotland and Europe to the USA and potentially beyond. Run by two really nice guys, Pete and Dan. Really know their stuff and really know how to pedal a car. It is not a race or a rally. You will get advised of that every morning as a reminder. This tour in particular has been a long time coming for me, thanks to a global pandemic, which no doubt you're all aware of. A few different dates penciled in the diary at different stages. Various lockdowns and events have sort of moved it back to where we are now, which is summer 2021. Will it be worth the wait? There's certainly a lot of build-up that comes with these sort of things. The car has to be in shape. For me, if you're heading to somewhere like Scotland where you can experience 4 seasons in one day, it's important you're on the right tyres, that you know your car well, and that everything is tip top before you get there, because make no bones about it, the car is going to get punished. I suppose the other level of prep that sort of is involved that you might not sort of necessarily contemplate straight away is obviously leaving work for a week, leaving the family for a week. When you go away, that time away is good. It's good headspace. I think time away from any situation and any circumstances is good for anyone. I genuinely do, but it is heavily reliant on having that support network there. I'm very fortunate, extremely fortunate, to have a supportive wife, family, friends. That means that I've been able to go away and do this, and to do this you have to lean on lots of other people to make that happen. So the tour has to warrant that sacrifice, not just from me, but from the people around me as well. So there's a pressure there, I think, that I've built up in my own mind, that it has to deliver from a quality standpoint, and I'll let you decide whether that's been the case or not. Let's do it that way. So I thought what I'd like to do in this video is vlog it, if you like, so that there's a bit of a beginner's guide. If you want to know what Petrol Tour's about, Joe Achilles has done some phenomenal videos with Patrick in particular, but obviously himself as well, that really document how these things work and the people involved and what they do. And no doubt if you're watching this, you've already seen some of those from far bigger channels than this one. If you haven't, I would highly recommend that you go and check those out. They're part of what got me looking at these tours many moons ago, and I'm really glad that I watched them. But the idea is to sort of talk you through day by day as a sort of tour version. So last time round, you know, managed a day before it was cut short. Obviously this time I've done the whole hog, and obviously you'll experience that with me if you're not bored to death and are willing to stay the distance. So without further ado, let's take you backwards to take you forwards. Let's get to the commute.
Hey, where we, man, I don't know. Yeah, listen. I never went to Sunday school, even church. Alright, maybe just for Christmas, for what it's worth. See, it wasn't forced and it wasn't hidden. I was just not sure if truth was written. But truth be told, I searched the skies for them UFOs with my own eyes. Now the priests don't believe, but they think they so wise. That's why I wouldn't listen to those guys. Even the scientists in a bow tie smell like bullshit, unless they got the facts to back up their science. Cause yeah, you need to prove it if you so show. Man, I ain't stupid, I'm just trying to find out what to know. The hurt's honing feeling is worth knowing.
Morning everyone, you join me here day 2 at the inn at Loch Lomond. Just getting revved up and set up now to crack on with day 2. Day 1, the commute, if you like, was getting here. It was a 350-ish mile trip for me, up north into Scotland through Glasgow, out the other side. Started nice and easy, relaxed, a bit of breakfast with the family, said my goodbyes and headed off. Managed to convoy up the M5 till we met pretty much everyone else at T-Bay services, and then headed in. Arrived here about 5:30, 6 o'clock, full tank of petrol, and got ourselves set. Watched the Euros finals, which was a fantastic game, wasn't it? It was quality. Good night's kip. And no sooner you arrive here in Loch Lomond, you get a little bit of a taster of what you're in for. We've driven through some nice looking stuff on the way in, but we're just right on the cusp of sort of the Highlands, really. A little bit apprehensive. I think that sort of comes with the territory. Day 2, my little petrol head guide. We're heading north. No surprises there. At the start of the day, we'll head over for Duke's Pass, then out to Petrol for some fuel before continuing into the Cairngorms National Park. 242 miles. Looking forward to going to seeing what Scotland's got in store for us. So without further ado, let's get busy. Right, so the first treat of the day is a road called Duke's Pass.
At least that would be a good gap now.
Following Jez in the 991 Carrera S. It's a little rabbit warren. Had to give ourselves a bit of space. There's a man with some kayaks.
Arrive at White.
And we're off into Duke's Pass. Now we get the experience. It's elevated, it's undulated, it's tight, so tight. I don't know if the Petrol did it justice. It's wet and slippy in places. But Mike behind me in the Golf, he's going to be no slouch. And there was talk about a Kia up front with some, yeah. There was talk about a Kia up front with some bikes on, and inevitably we have caught them up. We'll be coming back through there again on the Thursday, so I'll look forward to that. Hopefully get a bit of a clearer run. Okay, so heading into Glenshee, apparently. Following Mark in the M140, Peter Curtin in the Audi TT.
Arrive at Glenshee on the right.
Peter is a pensioner. He's out enjoying himself, obviously, and he's doing a great job. Really good to see. But what's sort of undeniably amazing here is just the views. Look at where we are. I've got a 911 Carrera 2S behind me, Jez and Flora, and I'm pretty sure JJ's behind them in the M5 competition. So I've got everything from the M140, M2, Audi TT, through to a 911, through to a M5. Hi everyone, so day 3, just waiting for the driver's briefing, sort of out of the hotel, packed cars, spotted breakfast, and just having a look at what we've got in store for us. So we're heading through the Cairngorms and out of Inverness, grab some fuel, and then we're going to head for the north coast of a place called Tongue. Sounds delightful. And we'll go past a few famous spots apparently, Craskin, Altanhara. Excuse my pronunciation, and I've said that before, but it's not really my place. And then we can either, after lunch, stay at the hotel, or there's an optional drive that everyone will no doubt do, where we'll head locally out to John of Groats. So we're stopping in Tongue itself. We're going to cover about 258 miles, and I'm really looking forward to it. I feel tired this morning. It's really warm in Scotland, which is great. You know, temperature's sort of 12-13 degrees now, early doors, and we got here at sort of 22 degrees. So I think looking forward to getting some fresh air, getting some heat in the tyres, and cracking on. It's been a great first day. Looking forward to what the second one has in store. So let's get to it. You know what baffles me about Scotland that I've either just ignored, not paid attention of, or given it credit for, is every 15 or 20 minutes I walk past what I think is one of the most beautiful bits of scenery I've ever seen. We're crossing the bridge now, heading for Dalmore. Just utterly beautiful. Wow. So I've been on this road for about 10 minutes and it's labelled on the sat-nav fun. And you can immediately, hopefully see in the camera as well, why that is. But it's been like this for ages. Hit the Calgary a bit softer. Never nice. Just hit a bit of traffic at the moment. Mitsubishi L2000 truck. But that's okay. The breather is welcomed. In hell. Max, there's a lorry en route to you, followed by a few cars. It's huge. Thank you, Scotland! Woo! What a place. This road. You can see why they labelled it fun. And the car. Big brakes there. Oh. What a road. And now we're on some sort of single track rabbit run for a good 20-30 miles.
One white van on going to the other side of the bridge.
Pete leaving the way as usual, Dan in the middle, and this place just going over like stone bridges, and it is stunning. Note to self, watch out for sheep. Heading to John of Groats. Been with JJ for a while. He's just dropped back a bit to chill now. Oh, look at what Scotland's got to offer. Got to fit there, it is. 1.3 miles. here has just been phenomenal. Such a range of emotions. A t-shirt that petrol heads
Turn left
do,
onto A99.
and they sell it by control and shift, and it says, you know, life isn't a destination, it's a journey. And I feel like arguably today it's about the destination, but it's really not.
In a quarter of a mile,
Because the journey
Groats
has just been phenomenal. What a well organised, well thought out afternoon that's been. Quality.
Arriving at 14 John Groats on the right.
This is John and Groats. I genuinely don't even know where to start. I'm back in the room. It's 6:30. I've got sort of 20 minutes to freshen up, try and get some stuff downloaded onto the Mac so it's ready later, check in with work emails, go down and have some food. Yeah, just an absolutely phenomenal day. The further north we've been, the more impressive it's got. Finished up the day at John Groats for sort of all of the tourist-based photos, which has just been utterly incredible. We lined up all the cars, no doubt you've seen that, and just had a great time before we sort of headed back, refueled. I don't even know what tomorrow has in store for us. It's been amazing. I've been sort of with a different group of cars today, different group of people, and everyone's from a different walk of life. It's just utterly phenomenal. Really enjoyable downtime. I've got to get on and do some bits. You don't want to hear me talking about nothing, so let's get on to the next one. Let's see what the next day has in store for us. I'm really looking forward to exploring the other side of the North Coast 500. Off for some grub. Cheers. Yeah, just about to think about heading down for breakfast. A bit of an earlier start today. I am going to do a bit more filming today. I've been way too busy enjoying myself. Haven't got a huge amount of what I would call great footage over the last few days. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. But today, going to try and get far more done. But it's a big day mileage-wise as well, so nearly 300 miles today. Feeling pretty good. Getting used to the sort of amount of driving, the type, and sort of just acclimatising to sort of the structure. I've woke up far fresher. Yeah, hotel here has been phenomenal. This is comfortably the best place we've stopped so far, I would say. So this is the Tongue Hotel. It looks as you expect a small hotel to look. Bed was super comfy. Had an amazing shower and a really good night's sleep. So yeah, maybe there's a bit of that as well. Looking forward to it. Let's go get some brekkie and then get in the car and crack on a bit. Following Dan. It's obviously no slouch. Road's throwing us about all over the shop.
Turn left onto A37.
Someone leading the way who's sort of setting the line out for you, speed you up. Trying really hard to relax, concentrate,
onto A37.
scan ahead. Bit of scraping on the back. There's a lot of weight in the back. Fucking hell, that van is full of chat. Oh, sorry I'm not talking much. But the concentration levels, I'm in no way a good enough driver to follow someone like Dan and tell you what's happening. There's just a lot of input.
Still clear if you can see well enough, it's clear.
See the input, how much easier is that? And then we go, 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 go. The roads, they're everywhere. The suspension, mad suspension secrets. There's just, you know, I told him where I was going, I told him what I was doing, and he told me what setup I needed. And arguably you don't, but this car hasn't felt out of its depth at any stage. The only thing out of its depth has been the driver. But you don't need it, don't get it twisted. Dan's M2 is completely stock in front, and you wouldn't know it because he's a good enough driver. With this setup, you can see his car's rolling around a little bit more, and it's certainly helping me keep up. Actually, that's probably why I'm able to, in all honesty, I would imagine. Hi everyone, so day whatever, last day of proper driving. We're here at Fort William, cars are in the car park. Here's the M, hotel is over there. That car park's full of ours as well. A few of us got here a bit later yesterday, so there's a good overflow. Didn't check out last night, sorry about that. To be honest with you, 300 miles of full-on driving certainly took their toll. I think we got here at 6, got into the room, a few bits of work, and then dinner for 7, 1 drink and a 3-course meal, and it was time for bed. It was a big one, and everything else went to the wall. I don't genuinely remember putting my head on the pillow. So yeah, up and at 'em this morning, bright and early. A few bits to do. Thought I'd just give you a quick sit rep on the car because she's over 1,000 miles in now. I'll give you official stats at sort of the end of this. So as expected, many bugs, midges. The grills have definitely done their job. Look at the state of him. Monster. Yeah, so I picked out 3 stones. There was one here, one there in the corner, and a massive one right in here last night. So the grills have definitely done their job. Highly recommend you have a look at that. There's a few sort of telltale signs. Windshield. One thing I haven't bought with me that I definitely should have is some sort of windshield cleaner. The guys, you know what they're doing, have been doing that. Tyres, PS4S's, they've been phenomenal. They warm up at a good rate, but they've been through absolutely everything. I haven't had one single issue. So yeah, the car's been, well, it's come to life. It's been utterly phenomenal. So just setting up shortbread, JJ inspired shortbread. Everything else is in the car, walkie-talkie, sat-nav. So day 5, let's have a look at what we're in for. So we're leaving Fort William and heading for a famous road to the Isles. Once we've crossed the water, we'll be on the Corran ferry and we'll start heading south again. Skirt Kinlochleven on the way to Glencoe. We'll go over Duke's Pass again, hopefully have a bit of a better run at that this time round. Get a quick blast along the Glenfruin Road, passing the Fast Lane Naval Base before returning to Lodge on Loch Lomond for a spot of nice food and no doubt lots of laughs. Today is 214 miles. That's the amount of mileage we'd done before lunch yesterday. So obviously not as much mileage to cover. No doubt Pete and Dan have thought that through, but that's probably a bit of a good thing. Yesterday was phenomenal. One of the best days I've ever had driving a car, amongst a few others on this tour, but I'm glad today's not as long. When you are driving, I mean you are full on. Let's go get some breakfast, hunky-dory, we're ready to roll. So yeah, day 5, let's go.
Groats, did I just see?
Right, plug the sat-nav in.
Oh, it's just
Put the radio down.
on Facebook.
Load the sat-nav. Take your mask off. Get comfortable. The M4's got its roof off. That's what we like to see. Right, in the sat-nav, apps, trip planner. I'm going Team Dan today, so everyone's off.
Go on, 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 go on.
Right, following JJ, first run, trying to catch up with Dan and Stephen. No idea where we are. Them too. Gotta be so on it to hold that M5. Puts the power down so well. My saving grace at the moment is, to be honest, slightly earlier. You know, still over 2 ton, but watch this. He's gone. I can just about hold him. Stephen up front in the V8 Vantage and Dan leading us into a 50. There it is.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm following a Ferrari through the Highlands, but I can talk. So we're back at the end of Loch Lomond, end of the tour, last 3 miles into the hotel. I don't even know where to start. I genuinely don't, and I'm sure as we reflect on a meal tonight, we have a drink and we celebrate that things will become clearer. I think initially I just feel very humbled by the whole experience. It's been an adventure like no other I've ever done. Hard work, challenging, fun, jovial, serious, and everything in between. Into the hotel, feeling very, very grateful that the car's looked after me. It really has been phenomenal on this trip, and no doubt I'll reflect on that properly on the way home tomorrow. But I think initially, yeah, I've had such a fantastic time. I'm a little bit sad it's ended, a little bit relieved. I think there's a pressure that comes with these things that you want to expect to drive the car well and sort of get it home safe, and I think with that comes a bit of relief and come down once the job's done. So yeah, so let's go see what the last hotel's all about. Enjoy a meal with everyone. I'm a little bit speechless. Maybe it comes across like that. So maybe that's a good reason. I'm trying to take a lot in. So yeah, that's enough waffle. I'm not really saying anything, so sorry, excuse me, but yeah, just
Alright.
So bye Loch Lomond. Yeah, this place is so magical. I almost don't want to leave. If anyone's interested in the hotel, the lodge at Loch Lomond.
Now turn.
Utterly phenomenal. So technically the last day of the tour is the trip home. It's 335 miles for me, 6:22 AM, and I'm going home. So last night we had our last dinner, if you like. When you finish these big driving days, a lot of the time, inevitably you are so tired that people aren't staying up that late because there's another big day ahead. So there's always that sort of apprehension, and in the back of your mind everyone's sort of head down ready for the next day. Whereas last night it was very much, you know, the last chance to spend with everyone. Just a great night. Really enjoyed it. We've been fortunate enough with the weather. I mean, I don't really know how to emphasise how good the weather has been, but you know, it's 6:20 AM and it's 15.5 degrees. We have been driving in 24. Just a fantastic end to what has been an absolutely monumental week. Scotland, the weather has just made this tour just another level in that respect. We've just been really lucky. I suppose what I've got to try and do on my drive home is A, make some work phone calls and deal with some bits, but B is try and summarise to you, or think about how to summarise to you what has made the trip so great. And I think I'm going to really struggle to do that, but I've got 333 miles to figure it out, so that seems relatively doable. For now I'm going to settle into driving. Yeah, catch up with you guys in a bit. Just like that, that'll be my last fill up. So there you have it, Scotland. Completed it, mate. So how do you attempt to summarise a week like that? Have I enjoyed it? I've had one of the best weeks I can ever remember having. It's been utterly phenomenal from a completely selfish point of view. The organisation, if you ever come on one of these trips, is just out of this world, and you're very aware of that. No sooner you're handing a bag and a number and a walkie-talkie and you start using everything, because everything just works. So let's talk about costs. The trip costs, whatever the trip costs on the website, I genuinely actually can't remember, which is quite bad. But if you're serious and having a look, you'll go onto the website, which has been mentioned previously in the link below. That includes hotel, breakfast, dinner, everything that comes with the tour along the lines of sort of guides, walkies, sat-navs, the guys and all their assistants. And then you are responsible for your car, petrol, lunch and any drinks that you might have. I think my total costs all in, I am not sure. I've used the same bank card all the way through this process, from sort of the day I set off from home to, and sort of that tripping, grabbing lunch, getting to the first hotel, till this last stop here. So what I'll do when I get home is I'll tot all of that up and put my total spend on the screen now. Hopefully that's worked, not too sure, but that doesn't include things like tyres, servicing, anything else you might want to do before tour. So that might include something like PPF or the mesh in the grills. That's a big one, and something you should seriously consider if you have a go. And any damage that you might pick up on tour, there are 2 very good stone chips on my screen. Definitely some pepper into the front bumper, and I'm okay with that. That's, you know, I came to get this car battle scarred, and I wouldn't change any of it. But I think it's useful information, because if you are bringing a garage queen with you, you either need it extremely well protected, or you need to consider bringing a different car. When you go on any tour, they are going to get abused. Inevitably, it won't make it out without some telltale signs that it's been on tour. The only other thing I think is useful information is sort of what it's like to drive on these tours. And we had 2 young lads on tour. There's a huge wide demographic, but the 2 younger lads stood out for a number of reasons. The 2 Maxes, so Max ST and Max 330, won an award on the last night, and Pete and Dan said, you know, every now and then, if they have to talk to someone about their driving behaviour and give them a warning on one of these tours, 9 times out of 10 in that occasion, it's normally a younger member, you know, someone who's got a bit excited and has just taken a bit too much risk and not really thought about the consequences properly. And credit to those 2, and everyone on tour actually, there have been no warnings handed out, and those 2 have really sort of stepped up and behaved in what is quite a, at times, high pressure, intense environment. When you are in a group on walkie-talkies, following at pace, and you sort of get the calls of clear, and you've got to make decisions based on what's in front of you, what you know, the road, the person you're potentially looking to overtake, you know, what's viable, etc. You've got to really have your wits about you, because the tour guides can do everything that they can, but ultimately the decision rests at your hands and feet. Young men in particular, we take more risks behind the wheel than any other demographic. We see speed as a much lower risk than most others. You know, number 1 job when I came on this tour was to bring me and the car home. That is first and foremost. And you've sort of just got to have the common sense approach at times and be okay to fall back, let it happen. I think both of them mentioned it on sort of day 1, is that they were sort of concerned about keeping up. And the reality is that at some point everyone will fall behind, because it's impossible to run a chain of 5, 10, 20 cars without that getting fragmented. And if you're the person who sort of starts that split for whatever reason, be that, you know, you're not comfortable with an overtake, or there's actually just no opportunity to overtake on the next 10 miles because the road is windy, dangerous, tight, single track, then that's fine. You know, you don't get to your next waypoint or endpoint and there's sort of someone there with a stopwatch. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's really relaxed. And some of the best drives I've had in the last 4 or 5 days have been in groups of 2, 3 and 4, because it's actually easier to manage, and you end up in a tighter knit, and it's easier to look after. I did some filming on one of the days, or I tried to do some filming on one of the days, so that everyone could fly past. Once they'd flown past, I thought, right, it was first thing in the morning, I thought, right, I'll have an hour or 2 of catch up. It just so happened that Dan had waited for me. No doubt you've seen footage of it. And me and Dan went for a blast, and that was one of 2 of my favourite drives of the week. I could follow Dan without worrying about anyone behind me on big, wide, open roads at pace, and sort of learn about how he was driving and his behaviours, and sort of he helped guide me through what the car was capable of, which was phenomenal. So with all of those things in mind, how do you summarise? How do you close off a video like this? I really feel like I've had a very special week. I'm a busy person, I don't really like that word. Be that with profession, family, friends, hobbies, and everything in between. I'm very fortunate, so lucky in many respects that I have the ability to go on a trip like this. And I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about the support network from home and family to work and friends, and just knowing that everything is sort of taken care of while I'm off gallivanting really, and having some downtime. But I think that downtime is also important, taking a week out with a completely fresh set of faces and learning about them as individuals, and having a fresh slate with a group of people, different professions, families, cultures, cars. It's just so enriching and such a fantastic experience that I would 100% do something like it again. You've got to respect the roads, respect the people, and respect the towns. And as long as you do that, and remember sort of why you're there in the first place, and that, you know, it's okay to chill, you'll have the most phenomenal time. And I would empower you to go and give it a go if you're that way minded. There's been such a vast array of people on this tour, and I am talking age, demographic, culture, religion, you name it. There has been a complete wide spectrum, and I think that's part of what makes them so special as well, because one thing that sort of combines you all is this common interest in all things automotive. And again, the cars that were on tour, you've got everything from a diesel Seat Leon FR, didn't struggle to keep up, to Fiesta ST, some BMW M2s, Porsche Speedster, and a Ferrari. Every car has its strengths and weaknesses, and places where it's stronger than another, and the roads are this sort of great equaliser, and the people are sort of the icing on the cake really. And it's been fantastic spending a week with them and getting to know them. I hope that the video has, I don't know what I hope the video has done, ultimately entertained, but I hope that it's been of some sort of use, and that you guys have enjoyed it. Be sure to sort of keep your eyes out for the people detailed and listed. I will put things like Instagram profile information, etc. in the description below. And if you've enjoyed the video, to like and subscribe. We are in the process of turning Car Man Dad into a 100% not-for-profit charity. That means your views, likes, subscriptions, anything that you share or engage with at all, either on here or on Instagram. If you buy merchandise from Control and Shift, all of the proceeds we receive, 100% of the money that lands in the bank is going to go to good causes. So if you like what you see, give us a like, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you guys soon. Cheers.